Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to another episode of The Roundup. I'm your host, Jose Rios, and I welcome you all. Sorry about that. To another episode. And first and foremost, I want to wish the best of luck um, to Avi Summers. Avi won't be able to be here until the end of the season, pretty much. We're looking forward to work with her, or just to work together for the 2021-2022 season. So that will be until August, hopefully. And I just want to wish the best of luck to her. And yeah, guys, she will not be back here at least until the end of the season. You're all gonna be stuck with me here, and I'm still gonna try to find some more collaborators to be here with us until the end of the season. I won't promise you anything, but yeah, I just wish the best of luck to Avi, and I'm really looking forward to work with her on the 2021-2022 season. All right, we're gonna talk about the topics for today. We're gonna talk about the 3-1 defeat against Man United this Sunday. I'm gonna give a list of games and the quantity of points that we have missed, and you will not believe in what position, or yeah, in what position of the table we would be if we would not lose all of these points. So stay tuned for that. I will let you know. And a little preview for tomorrow's game against Everton. Seventh place Tottenham against eighth place Everton. We're gonna give a quick look into that. So let's kick it off with Sunday's defeat against Manchester United. Manchester United did not seem to be a powerful squad. Like I said, excuse me, on last week's episode, I think that this was a team that we could really beat. It's not a powerhouse, just like Man City, um, or probably. Regardless that they're second in the league, and yeah, they beat us 3-1. That doesn't take any. It's all up for them. So besides that, I think Tottenham played a really, really well game on the first half. I really think the team selection, first of all, we once again, the front six, or the mid three and the top three are probably the ones that we all want to see. That midfield looked strong. It looked powerful with Højbjerg, with Lo Celso, with Ndombele. It was a midfield that probably did not play a lot, but it is the most ideal one, we should say. And the front three are Lucas, Harry Kane, and Heung-min Son, who yeah, they're probably also the ones that we want to look at. They're probably also the ones that are more capable of doing this job. I don't think besides of Gareth Bale's form in the past, now that he's benched, I think he might fit in those three. You probably take away Lucas Moura, but you got plenty of options. The top three are always, they played great. The goal came, from a play in between all them three. It was a great play, the one they made. But I gotta mention once again the center backs, the partnership in the center backs. We keep seeing every other partnership every single weekend. We're just seeing a different one. This weekend was Dyer and Roden. Dyer, I have to say, yeah, he loves Tottenham. Yes, he's been with the club for a long time, but he is not a center back. He has to realize that. He has to realize that he has to compete for a spot in the center midfield with Højbjerg, which is really difficult. I really believe that that's why he plays on center back, because he he probably knows he doesn't have enough talent, or just enough football skills to compete for a center midfielder spot with Pierre Emile Højbjerg. But besides that, I think in this these games we gotta play our strongest partnership and our stronger defenders. For this, I mean, from the wings, we were just good. We were just fine. Regulon, um, in the left wing, and Aurier in the right. Aurier, yeah, last season many people hated him. He committed a lot of errors, but um, he surpassed that. He I think that he has improved a lot. He's way better than Doherty, which is the other option in the right flank. So I think he's perfectly fine. Tanganga, I don't know if Mourinho didn't trust him enough to play against Man United, but he was benched once again. But Dyer and Roden, I don't think that looks like a good central defensive partnership. I think we gotta play Toby Alderweireld with anyone else, even if it's Roden, even if it's Sanchez or Dyer. Alderweireld has to play. Alderweireld, I think it's the best defender that we have, and we're still benching him. That is not the right decision from Jose. I don't think it is the right team selection, and it costed us once again. Lack of concentration, lack of focus. Um, they scored within 5 minutes. They tied the game within 5 minutes into the second half. I'm just gonna double check here what time, what on what minute the game was. I apologize about that. That was a quick call that I got. I'm actually gonna just put it into do not disturb. There we go. All right, sorry guys. I'm back in here. Okay, so the goal was from the goal from Fred was 57 minutes into the game, so that was about 12 minutes into the match, into the second half, and that play didn't look particularly as well. Fred came from the back, nobody followed him. Uh, Dyer just pretty much stood up watching how Jody's saved the first chance, and he just raised his hands up, asking for an offside, and that's not what you're supposed to do when you're a defender. Knowing, especially you have to have knowledge of that Fred. It's he actually is a midfielder. He's not a forward, so you got to know who comes from behind. You got to know who's actually near you, and he just didn't realize that he came on freely and he just tapped it in, for the tie. Sissoko came in into the 70 minutes, 65th minute or so. 20 minutes to go, the game was tied. It was a game that you couldn't lose. It was a game that you had to win. Um, we obviously failed to do both. We ended up beat it. But the substitutes, the players that come from the bench. I don't know if Mourinho was actually just already trying to lock it up. I don't know if he was actually trying to just lock up the tie, or the draw, I should say. But I don't know. I think we had the better chance, or I mean, at home at least, we had the responsibility to go and get the win at least, or not at least. Like I said, I mean, we had to get the win in that game. So Mourinho chooses Sissoko, a more kind of more like of a defensive midfielder. I'm sorry. He came in for Lo Celso. I don't think it was the right substitution, but anyways, we had some chances after they tied. We had the Heung-min Son chance. We had the Harry Kane chance. We had those two. Other than that, after that, the team hit the post after Edinson Cavani's goal in the 79th minute. With 10 minutes to go, that was pretty much a killer for Tottenham. At that point, the tie or the draw was not enough. We had to go for the win. But at that point, with 10 minutes to go, maybe 15, with the stoppage time, it was not enough time just to go for the win. And then Gareth Bale came on with 5 minutes to go, and then Lamela came on with also 5 minutes to go. It is not enough time for the subs, to show what they can do, to show what they can change. in the course of the game, So I think substitutes gotta come a bit more earlier, you know. If you're really trying to win, a game, you just cannot throw, players in there, with 5 minutes to go and be all offensive. Um, when you're already 2-1 down with 5 minutes to go, that is, I mean, I don't think it's the right way to manage a team. I don't think it's I don't think that's how we're gonna get points, and that's why we've been dropping points. First and foremost, the defenders, the center backs, especially. There's not any, there's not any partnership. That you could say at this moment, yeah, I can trust them too to play against this team. Uh, Clearly not. Um, but yeah, that's why we've been dropping points. At the end, Mason Greenwood, at the 96th minute, he scored the 3-1 goal. Tottenham were really looking for the equalizer, but yeah, I mean, on the counter, they got the goal, and that's how the game ended, 3-1. We ended up dropping once again another chance to be close or to be near the top four of the Premier League. I think that won't happen at this point. That would not happen. We're 6 points apart, from West Ham, who's the fourth place. I don't think we're gonna get Champions League football next season. If we're lucky, we're gonna get some Europa League again. But we've been dropping so many opportunities, so many chances, so many points, that I don't think at this point the club. Yeah, the schedule at the end of the season looks kind of favorable. We play lower table teams, besides Everton tomorrow. We play Sheffield, which are last in the Premier League. After that, I think we play a couple other clubs. We'll have to see the schedule. But yeah, I don't see Tottenham climbing up to the fourth spot. Do we deserve it? I don't think we do. I think other teams have done better performances than we have, and they played the top 6 or the top 4 teams better than we have. So I think we do not deserve the fourth place. As far I think we're gonna finish 6th or 5th at the most. But yeah, that was another drop chance, the drop points, and another chance that we missed to get closer to the top 4. So now, guys, I'm gonna talk again. I'm gonna talk about a very weird, statistic: blowing leads. The blue of Leeds this season has been crazy. I have not seen any other team. As far as I've seen, or as far as I've watched football, in my 23 years, or less than that probably. I have not seen a team dropping so much leads or just being so bad on in the last 5-10 minutes of the game or so. So here's a list of the games where we have dropped points in the Premier League. Because apparently, yeah, I really remember the one against Everton in the FA Cup where we lost 5-4. It was a really back and forth game, but we also blew a lead in there. And the one against Dinamo Zagreb in the Europa League. That one was a two-legged one, I know, but we also blew a 2-0 lead in that one, and we ended up being eliminated by Dinamo Zagreb. Okay, so here's the list of the teams that we have dropped points against. The first one was Newcastle, 1-1. That one was quite weird. It was a last-minute penalty for them. It should not have been a penalty, but I think we should have scored one more goal to not let this happen. They ended up tying in the last play of the game. That was a 1-1 draw. Against West Ham, this was the most unbelievable one. It's the one that I remember the most. I remember leaving home. Um, when we were 3-1 up, they scored with 10 minutes to go. I was like, West Ham are not going to do anything. Well, guess what? They ended up tying 3-3. We lost another 2 points in there. I should say another 3. Um, yeah, I should say another 3, not 2, because that was a clear win against Crystal Palace. Against Crystal Palace, yeah, 1-1 as well. That one hurt a lot, just because we gave them the ball in that game. We did not knew how to took away the ball from them and do something different. We just gave them the ball. They were attacking, and they tied the game, I think, with 5 or 10 minutes to go again. So yeah, that was what that was another crucial one. So yeah, definitely. Okay, so we got Wolves next up. Wolves, yeah, this game was also kind of the same against Crystal Palace. We gave him the ball, we gave him initiative. They were really pressing on us, and they ended up tying the game with 10, 15 minutes to go on this one. Fulham again. We scored against them on the first half, Hurricane goal. They ended up, somehow, because Fulham are one of the weakest sides, at least I think they're one of the strongest ones from the lower table, or from the bottom of the table. But yeah, they're one of the weakest sides against top flight teams, against top of the table teams, and they ended up tying the game. We didn't create any chances. We gave him the ball as well, and they ended up tying 1-1. Arsenal, they ended up beating us 2-1. Fantastic Rabona from Eric Lamela was not enough. They kept, attacking us. A dumb penalty given away. A really dumb penalty given away from Sanchez. And the red card for Lamela. We had some chances to tie the game at the end, but it was just not enough. You cannot be so productive in the last 5-10 minutes when you're not productive throughout all the game. Those are the prices that Tottenham pay at the end. Newcastle 2 weeks ago, 2-2. They ended up tying with 5 minutes to go. We gave him the lead. Yes, we regained the lead within 10 minutes. Harry Kane scoring a brace. And yeah, they ended up tying against us 2-2, and this one against Man United 3-1. That was going into halftime. You score first in the 40th minute. Going into halftime, you have to plan the game a little bit better. You cannot give away 3 goals in the second half that easily. Yes, that's what happened. So doing the math of these 8 matches where we have dropped points, some of them have been draws, I should say. Some other have been, we haven't got anything out of it. But adding up the points, there's 6 games where they ended up tying against us, where the opponent tied against Tottenham. There's only been two games where they have ended beating us, where the opponent has beat us. That was Arsenal and Man United, that was in this past 3 weeks. So adding up all the points that we have dropped, it comes out to 21 points that we have dropped, the most of any side in the Premier League, clearly, right? Adding the 21 points to the 49 that we have at this moment would give us 70 points. That will be second in the Premier League to Manchester City, who have 74. And this is against teams who are not even that tough. The first 6 games, at least. The Newcastle, the 2 against Newcastle, West Ham, Crystal Palace, Wolves, and Fulham. They were teams that we could probably beat by more than 1 goal. they were probably results that we would have been able to hold on. And unfortunately, we have not, you know, and still, taking off the 6 points against Arsenal and against Man United, the three in each game, it would still be, an amount of 16 points, 15 points. So you say, my God, we've been losing so many points. And, we could have been second in the Premier League if we have been able to hold on onto the leads. 21 points. We would have been second in the Premier League, second to Manchester City. The lack of focus and bad managerial decisions, to just let them sit back, and give the opponent the ball. Here you go, do your damage. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stop you from that. But I'm just going to sit back and see what happens. And then if you end up scoring, well, we still got 5 minutes, until the end of the game. And I think we can still, beat you or, even tie the game. 21 points dropped. We would have been second in the Premier League. That's a shocking statistic. And it just reflects, how bad the team has been defensively this season. We really need a central defender next season, or at least make them work more, the ones that we have, just to make them better. And yeah, that's pretty much all my frustration in there, throughout the season, because I've seen every single one of these games from Tottenham where they have dropped points, and I just don't understand, with the quality of the team and, the teams we play against and the teams we have dropped points against, it really doesn't make sense how. But anyways, guys, just to round up today's episode, we're going to talk about tomorrow's matchup against Everton, the 7th place in the Premier League, which is Tottenham, against the 8th. Still fighting for European competition next season. It's Tottenham and Everton, just 1 point apart, 49 points for Tottenham, 48 points for Everton. The last result against these two clubs was the one in the FA Cup, the 5-4 win the 5-4 win for Everton against Tottenham. Quite a crazy one. It was a really back and forth game, that could have gone either way. I really liked how in that game they really reacted, to giving away the lead in such a small amount of time. They were up 3-1, I believe, within 35 minutes when we scored the early goal from Davinson Sanchez header. And after that, yeah, we responded well. Defense obviously didn't play good, but theirs didn't play good either. So would it be a game with a lot of goals tomorrow? I don't know. Probably not. Just because those 5-4 games only happened once. I don't think it's going to happen again tomorrow. Would it be a game with more than 3 goals? I probably believe so. I think it will be more than 3 goals on this one, just because both defenses are really not that good. Can we beat them? There's always a hope. There's always a hope to beat them. There's always a chance to beat a club, especially because they also have dropped a lot of points. They have a game in hand. That's what I'm looking at right now. But we just have to close. Just have to finish the season really strong. We have to finish the Premier League strong. I don't know how the cup final going to go, but we certainly have to finish strong on this one. Score predictions for this one, I really believe Tottenham 32. 3-2 Spurs tomorrow. Gonna be a game with a lot of goals. 3-2. I don't see a really like a blowout. Like 2 years ago, where we beat them 6-1 or 6-2, I believe. I don't think we're gonna beat them that bad. Their team it's better than the one that we played at that time. But I also think our defenders are not good. So we're gonna concede at least 1 or 2 goals. But I think we're gonna be able to score 2 or 3. So at the end of the day, I think my prediction it's a 3-2 away win against Everton. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it for today's guys. For today's episode, thank you so much for being with us once again. A quick reminder to our fans to follow us on all of our pages. You can follow us on Facebook on Fuera del Aire. On Instagram, you can follow us at Fuera del Aire Uno or One. And on YouTube, you can find this episode and many other interviews that I've done on our YouTube channel. You can find us as Fuera del Aire. And remember that you guys can also listen to the Roundup and the past interviews that I've done in Fuera del Aire on podcast. I mean, not on podcast, on Spotify, I'm sorry, via podcast. So yeah, you guys can listen to us now on Spotify. I'll leave the link right here in the video, in the description. And I really hope that you guys have a good weekend. Let's hope for a Spurs win tomorrow, first of all. And we should be getting ready for the Cup League final. Next week's going to be quite a busy one. We have 2 games on hand. We have Southampton on Wednesday, and we have Manchester City on the League Cup final. So, all right, guys, this is it. This was a roundup. I hope you enjoy it. My name is Jose Rios once again, and we'll see you next week. Until then, let's hope for better results from Tottenham. Let's hope for a win. And, well, come on, you Spurs. See you then.